Hey everybody, this is Stoll with TGN and Despair Gaming. This is my Star Wars The Old Republic video on my bounty hunter who is a healing mercenary. This is a quick speed run of all of the regular dailies on Corellia in the Black Hole. Right now I'm just spamming, picking up the quest. There is a 4-man heroic which is not covered in this video. I'm just covering the ones from the terminal. The first one, the easiest one to do, is scanning for the spies. You basically get this little trigger thing, you push the button, if it lights up red near somebody, you got them. Sometimes it'll spam green or yellow, which basically just tells you someone in the area. So I just kind of run until I can get the little circle instead of the big ones. Got the 3, turning them in, easiest 7K you'll ever make. Now I'm headed upstairs through the elevator outside to pick up some more quests, which would be an area quest. Just getting past the door far enough will automatically pop it. What it's going to tell you to do is kill 20 more on top of the 12 droids that you're already hunting out here anyway. Or I should say, it's not even 20 more, because the droids count too. The problem with Corellia is that it is a small area. That's a good thing because all the dailies are on top of each other. You're not traveling far and wide like in Ilum or Belsavis. The problem though is that if anybody else is really out here but you're going to be fighting each other for mobs, you're going to be fighting each other for boxes later on in the quest. It's a mess, it's a pain, but there's only 8 people, including myself, that are out here. I've gotten a lot of questions on how I heal as a bounty hunter, so let me try to explain. Bounty hunters are on-the-go healers. We move around a lot. We can move around a lot. It's encouraged. You can shoot and run at the same time. You can drop your healing missile. You can spam your instant cast. You can spam your shield. The only things you have to really stop and stand for are your big, slow heals. If you spec enough crit, even your instant cast heals can be for some pretty decent numbers. You also have an overload once you hit 30 marks just from spamming your blasters. It could be heal spams, it could be DPS spams. When you hit 30, if you look down the bottom, that upper left hand green splash is an overload. You can hit that, drop your missile, and you will get a dampening shield. Just like the one I just did, it's kind of this orange swirl. It decreases damage to whoever walks into it, or whoever you nail with it, I should say. Done with the mobs, and now I am moving on to the boxes. The boxes, I have to basically run in and nail the box before someone else comes around and tries to steal it from you. That will happen. That happens all the time. You get a group, someone sees a box, and they're like, oh, free box. Yeah. With this really big mob, I am doing a lot of DPS. I'm keeping Torian up. I'm not having a difficult time. Torian's health can drop. It is really easy just to get him right back to full. Doesn't take too long. 2 out of 6 boxes. I might be running around in a circle for a while. You can see why I did this at ×2 speed to make the video, because you will fall asleep with me trying to find boxes. I'm falling asleep with me trying to find boxes. I'm falling asleep at the wheel here. Probably not very safe. You can see the smoke where other people have been. They do take a minute to respawn. Death from above is one of my favorite spells. Even healing, causing a decent amount of DPS. For the boxes with a bounty hunter, you can basically just run in and nail them. Not too concerned about pulling threat, not too concerned about taking a hit. This is a much more sturdy healing class than the smuggler and the sorcerer. Though I admit I do not have a sorcerer, so if someone's going to correct me and say, oh my god, sorcerers are just so good, or the counselors, or whatever they're called on the Republic side, that's fine. I have played a healing smuggler though, and I have cried about it many times over Twitter. Finish the boxes, moving on to the next quest, which is basically going into this radioactive factory. Why they send me into these places, I don't know, but they do. I'm gonna have cancer. My poor bounty hunter is gonna die at 36 from radiation poisoning, but they don't care. I'm on the payroll, why not? This quest, you're basically running in, killing mobs, hitting a panel, they drop a little syringe, you stick yourself in the leg with it like a heroin addict, or wherever heroin addicts stick their needles. I don't know about that. Someone can correct me if they want to. Hit the second panel, kill the mobs, running in, shooting them down. Torian is just going nuts. He's a Mandalorian. He loves this kind of stuff, I swear. If anybody has ever raised the affection level on Torian and gotten to hear some of his conversations, you know how much he likes it. Normally I do death from above in that entire group if Torian pulls threat. I pulled threat early though, so mobs ran on top of me that time. Not a big deal. Healing myself up, running out. Easy quest. I got lost the first time. I will admit that I got lost the first time. I died from radiation poisoning. Now it's like I can do this naked and blindfolded. Okay, well maybe not naked or blindfolded, but you get the idea. This is finishing up the area quest. I'm basically summoning a droid, killing it, stealing its insides, and putting them in my pocket. Heading to the last quest of this area, which is going into a dark warehouse with a little flashlight, gathering boxes. The catch is, if you walk into one of those little red beams, it summons the droid. Then you have to kill the droid because you can't gather while in combat. Accidentally pulled 2 droids on this one, not a big deal. You can pull droids if you walk into them, so it's not like they only come out one at a time. Healing myself up real quick, walking to the next set of boxes, downing this droid, keeping my health up. If you time it right, you can gather a box right after the little red thing drops and get out before it drops again so you don't summon the droid. Sometimes. Very rare occasion. I'm also not that coordinated. Sometimes if I know I get there and I haven't seen anything, I'll just stand there and be like, okay, it's coming. Finishing up. Normally you can blow your return and go back, or you can just walk out like I did. Either way, not a big deal. I tend to use my return if I'm in the 4-man after I finish it, but I'm not covering the 4-man in this video. I will have another video to cover that with me and just one other person and 2 companions. The other person's not even a tank, but everything works out. Turning them in, taking a bow. See you guys later. This is SWTOR with Despair and TGN.